Moving on. Guess what? To the Super Bowl champs, accompanied by the $500 million man, Patrick Mahomes. Missed a couple of games last year. That didn't stop on his way to a title. They also have Tyreek Hill, missed 4 games last year. Guess what? That didn't stop him from seeing over 90 targets. And you have Travis Kelce, the number 1 rated tight end this year and finisher of last year. Not only that, you bring in the dynamic rookie Clyde Edwards-Helaire. What do we have to say? Let's start with Patrick Mahomes. Do you think he can return to form? I mean, he missed a few games last year. Obviously, he didn't repeat his number 1 overall fantasy finish from 2 years ago. Is there any chance we can see that again, that 50 touchdown mark? Can we see 50 touchdowns again from Patrick Mahomes?
No.
I'm seeing a lot of head shaking. That's a no.
Not 50, but he's going to have a better year than he did last year.
Can I get 40?
For sure.
Can I get 40 touchdowns from Patrick Mahomes?
No.
This is like The Price is Right. Can I get 40? No.
I think 35 is a good number. Look,
35.
He's amazing, obviously. And he, I believe Lamar Jackson was ranked above him on the 100 best players in the NFL or whatever. That's what Patrick Mahomes is number 1, I would say, because look, he won the Super Bowl. That's what the game's all about. And as much as I hate to say that because he beat my Niners, he's the best player in the NFL. So and the thing for me is I'm never going to draft him because his price tag is way too high. But I love him. I would love to have him, but I'm never going to take a quarterback that high.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little too pricey for me as well. Joe, go ahead.
I mean, do you guys remember 2 years ago he won fantasy leags? At least for our league, he was winning league.
I know. Yeah.
He's not going to get 50 touchdowns. I'm going to say he's going to get 40, Gabe. And I'll tell you why. Because what Jacob said, he was not ranked the number 1 player, and he was ranked the number 3 quarterback in the world. He was behind Russell Wilson. Am I right there? Russell Wilson was number 2.
You are correct.
3, and Lamar Jackson was number 1, and he was number 4. And I think that guy is a stud, and he's going to take it personal, and he's going to put up 40 touchdowns with a fully healthy Tyreek. And they're not going to win the Super Bowl again, but they're going to rematch and lose to the Niners. But they are going to get there, and he's going to put up 40 touchdowns. I think that's pretty easy with his pieces. Easy, 40 touchdowns. That doesn't go together, but he's a beast, and I'll take the over on 40.
Perfect. Nice. We're going to go ahead and talk about Tyreek Hill a little bit. Again, missed 4 games last year and still saw almost 90 targets. Very fast. One of the fastest players in the NFL. Probably not behind Ruggs now. But, I mean, is this someone that you want to be your wide receiver 1? I mean, he's going wide receiver 1 value. He had a lot of boomer bust weeks last year, despite those injuries. But I mean, he's had 2 years before that where he's proven he can support those numbers. You guys want him on your fantasy teams this year at the price he's going?
Yeah. What's his price, Gabe?
He's going in the second round. Second round, first 3 or 4 picks.
Oh, yeah.
Easy, yes.
Now this one he's great.
Oh, go ahead, Jim.
I'm not the biggest fan of Tyreek Hill on the field as a fantasy football player. I mean, and for me, I think he belongs in the 3rd round, but so I'm probably not going to have him on a lot of teams.
Wow.
Hot take.
Are we reserved to only 1 book it down per week, guys?
No.
Or how does that work?
We can
unlimited
book of book it downs. It's called a book it down for a reason. There's a book of them. So whatever you want to come up.
I would book it down that he's a top. So you're saying 3rd round, you have him outside the top 10 wide receivers?
It sounds like it.
I mean, I would even go as far as
if you're watching on YouTube right now.
No, because tight ends, some tight ends like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson might go in the 2nd round, and tight ends as well. Kittle and
so outside the top 6. What sounds fair? I'll take 6 and above. Book it down.
I think 7. I think 7 is the good.
Jay, you're gonna lose that. Don't do that, Jay.
You could do 6. I'll take. Jay. I'll say he's out. No, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Man.
Book it down. Tyreek Hill finishes as a what? Sorry, guys.
Tyreek Hill is the 2nd fastest wide receiver in NFL. Besides
Joe, what is it?
6 and above, Joe wins. 6 and above, Joe wins. 7 under, I win.
How about
we're
you
talking
guys?
about fantasy finishes, right?
Yes, sir.
I
PPR,
don't mind
obviously. And Jacob, let's make it real simple. We're talking. I think we should establish this as a group, guys. When we're talking about fantasy, a lot of different leagues do a lot of different scoring, right? So, are we talking 10 yards per point or 15 for wide receivers?
10 yards.
I
That's
agree.
a great point.
10
Well,
yards,
it's
1 point
full
per catch.
PPR for sure because that's what
Obviously,
most people play.
Yeah.
Man.
10.
And I think most people play 10 yards as well.
Yeah. So let's just keep our bet
Don't they?
standard, 10 yards per point.
So
Yeah.
let's just go with
Yeah.
that. Even if it's not in our league, just that's standard. So we'll go by that.
Yeah. So Gabe,
Perfect.
Demont, did you guys say above, under?
I think Joe, I'm rolling with it.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with Joe on this one. And again, we'll hammer out the details after the show. But I have it right here as now as
Who's that
Tyreek
3
finishes as better than a wide receiver 6. And
Mhm.
Jacob, you believe he finishes outside the wide receiver 6 spot. So hot takes, and I am all for it. That is officially
Hot takes
booked
You, Joe.
down. We're going to spend a little bit of time on Travis Kelce before we jump to Clyde. I mean, overall consensus, tight end number 1 last year. What we see happening in San Francisco with Deebo Samuel going down, a lot of question marks revolving that wide receiver core to start the season. Is there any chance that Kittle sees an uptick in targets and therefore that first, 3 or 4 weeks of the season, Kittle's arguably the number 1 overall tight end in the league? And if not, can Kittle finish? Can he take that throne away from Travis Kelce? What do you guys think?
I'm not. No.
No, I'm with Demont. No. Listen, Kittle is the best tight end in the league. There's no question. But fantasy
He
tight
is
end,
actually.
Travis Kelce is the best. Demont, did you not see
What does he do better than Ertz does? Does he have better
Blocking?
hands?
everything? Better than Zach Ertz? Everything. Better than Kelce? He's a better blocker. He's a better. He just plays in the offense better. He's a Swiss knife.
Wow,
Kelce
he's a system guy.
Oh, real
He's a
football,
West Coast
Kittle's
guy.
better.
He's
fantasy
a
wise,
West
Kelce's
Coast
better.
guy. He is not a better athlete than Kelce or Ertz.
Listen, I'm taking Kelce in fantasy, but in real life, if I need to win a Super Bowl, me and most of the players in the league
if you're talking real
will
football.
agree Kittle.
Kittle was ranked number 7 overall, voted by the players in the top 100 in the league. Where was Kelce? I don't even know.
Hey, Kittle had the highest tight end ranking.
All right. Well, those are
Second
again.
AFC West,
Kelce was number 18. George Kittle was number 7, voted by their peers.
Yeah.
George Kittle is a beast when it comes to breaking a tackle from a 160-pound free safety, for sure.
He's throwing linebackers like it's The Rock throwing Kevin Hart out the way.
Kelce's still going to be the number 1 fantasy tight end because he has the best quarterback in the world throwing to him, and there's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah, that's a good assumption.
True.
I think he's still locked in as the tight end number 1 overall. Now let's go to the big question mark here with the news breaking just a couple of weeks ago that Damian Williams opted out of the 2020 season due to COVID-19 concerns, therefore opening the floodgates for Clyde Edwards-Helaire to simply overnight take charge of this offensive backfield. And boy, is it a good one to be in. His current average draft position has jumped from the 3rd round, which I assumed was way too early, and I wasn't going to be touching him in any sort of redraft league. Now he's the 2nd round first pick or back of the 1st.
Wow.
Crazy.
No way in hell.
Wow.
No
What
way.
do you guys think? I mean,
Not a
McCoy
fan.
departs. That's 100 carries gone. Out of DeAndre Washington, sure, he'll get a couple 50, 60, 70 carries. Damian Williams saw 110 carries. He's now gone. That is 260 carries
Darrell
up for
Williams
grabs.
is going to play too.
And Darwin Thompson, right? Wasn't he the guy that
Darwin
kind of
Thompson?
stepped in a little bit last year?
Lamar Miller's a free agent. There's no way I'm drafting a 5'7" guy that's not named Maurice Jones-Drew.
Well, look, Andy Reid was using a lot of running backs last year, and I just don't trust that he's going to be the clear-cut workhorse. I mean, Joe made a good point last week. If he, remember Kareem Hunt's first game, he blew everything out of the water. If Helaire has a game like that, then they're just going to let him run with it. But I'm not taking him in the first 2 rounds. I'm not even taking him in the 3rd round. The earliest I would think about it is the 4th round, to be honest. And that's high.
Crazy,
Jacob,
No,
really
no, no,
quick
no.
though.
Crazy for that.
Really
I'm
quick.
dead serious.
Bef-
Bro,
Jacob brought up
there's nothing to back up that he's going to be their guy. There's nothing to
When
back that
the
up.
Chiefs lost the game, they scored 36 points. And if you're starting running back for a team that scored 36 points in a loss, that's valuable.
Jacob, I'm with you. He's gonna.
Nobody
share
said
that
he's going to be their
backfield.
starting running back. Nobody said
He's
that.
gonna share the backfield,
In a
but
depth chart, he is.
he's gonna get at least 150 carries this year, and he's gonna get some catches. And
Those are high flex numbers.
in a league where you draft running backs in the 1st and 2nd round, he's not going to be there on the 4th round. And I understand that you're not saying that that's your point. You're pretty much saying you're going to pass on him this year because obviously he's way too expensive.
I'm not saying he's going to drop to the 4th round. I'm saying I'm not taking him until the 4th round.
Hey,
yeah.
Jay, you say he's not going to start. Is DeAndre Washington going to start?
He's unsure.
No, I'm saying he's going to
assumption
start, but
to
I'm
make.
saying he's not going to be I'm saying he's not a clear-cut workhorse running back. There's only like how many? 6 of them. He's not joining that club.
I'll speak to Jacob's point really quick. You bring up a good point. I mean, before Kareem Hunt went and kicked that girl, he was the lead running back in that backfield. And after his departure, they devoted it to a clear committee backfield. So I think to speak to Jacob's point again, we could see a committee backfield to start the season here. And that means that there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of running backs. So, I mean, it's not necessarily his backfield to own. It's definitely his backfield to take. And we could see that emergence like Kareem Hunt did back in 2018.
And look, I'm probably going to be wrong about this, but
2017.
I'm just not getting burned by a rookie running back taking him that high.
You're right. I'll draft him in the 13th round.
But I also don't trust any of these other 3 guys.
Oh, no, not at all.
Edwards
Not
is
at
a
all.
1st round pick, by the way, guys. It's an easy, clear cut. The Chiefs had a point differential of 136 points. The Raiders had a point differential of like negative 46. These guys 4 points.
So if you have him as a clear-cut 1st round pick,
yes,
that means that you have Josh Jacobs, who you like more fantasy-wise, right? We already established that earlier.
No.
So
I don't. As a fan, yes. But as a fantasy player, Edwards is the guy because he has.
So you were with me on
that. The second guy is DeAndre Washington, and he got no love in Oakland.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm breaking it right now just for the sake of time, but we're doing another book it down. Who has the better fantasy finish this year, Clyde or Josh Jacobs?
Josh Jacobs.
Clyde.
Josh Jacobs.
Clyde.
Perfect.
Book it down.
Fantasy.
What about you, Gabe?
Book it down. You know what? I'm just gonna keep my
you got to pick
now because we
you got to pick.
I see Jacobs having the better year.
There we go.
Guys,